lives, YouTube lives. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live on August 29th. I did TikTok lives for almost 2 years. I loved doing them, and now I'm loving doing these YouTube lives. I left TikTok because they instituted some new rules that I thought were going to be too restrictive, and they raised the price for subscription. And over here on YouTube, subscribing is free. So I did my first, no, I did my last TikTok video on Friday, August 29th this year, just a couple months ago. And so the universe really lined this up perfectly. I did my very first YouTube lives. Now on TikTok, I did my lives Sunday through Friday. Now on YouTube, I changed it. I don't do them Sunday through Friday now. I do Monday through Friday. I'm a retired corporate executive, not corporate executive, executive assistant. I'm a retired executive assistant. I was getting my corporate mixed up because now I work corporate hours, Monday through Friday, okay? 90 minutes live. I do lives for 90 minutes each one, Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Hey, Shelster. It's always slow over here on YouTube. But now I got, it says 2 people. So I was just saying about how I'm a TikTok live veteran. I still post on TikTok. I post every day, but I do my lives only here on YouTube. And TikTok was getting to be too restrictive and raised the price to subscribe. And like I said, subscribing is free over here on YouTube. I love doing these lives. I share, yeah, I saw that. I think it said concurrent was like maybe 250. So I'm watching the figures. So I'm still going to give it like 3 months. I'm really looking at Facebook. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm going to just hang tough, and see where it goes from here. Yeah, I'm going to let the universe take it over. I just love doing these lives because I love sharing the advice that I have lived for 81 years. I've been using this advice that I share with y'all since I was about 10 years old, and I'm 81 now. Okay, that's a long time. And I tell my man, his name is Pap, it's spelled P-A-P. I don't know anything about that Substack. I think I've heard of it, but yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm going to go, if this doesn't work out for me, I'm going to go with, thanks, Facebook. But I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. This still could work out, so I did some research and I learned that YouTube is the biggest one. So, and I want to share the advice that I share with y'all with a whole lot more people. I tell my man, his name is Pap, it's spelled P-A-P. His real name is Fred. I tell him all the time, thank you, that I live a virtually stress-free life. I tell him all the time that I live an enchanted life. And that's for real. I'm not a liar. I don't lie. You okay? And listen, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Okay, Shells, I saw that. So, undifficult your life. And that's what the advice that I share will help y'all to do. A lot of y'all are doing a lot of things, making a lot of choices and decisions that are not healthy for you. And I'm going to give you 4 pillars of advice. And this is what I do every live that I do. Good morning, everybody. Every live that I do, I share 4 pillars. And Pap, I used to call them pieces, and Pap says they're more like pillars. And a pillar is a sturdy structure on which you can build your life's foundation, okay? So, 4 pillars, and I'm going to tell you about Pap too in a few minutes. So, 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell y'all how you do that. It's not difficult. Undifficult your life. Got it? That's pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. And if you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. Increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. And if you are raising toddlers, you will want to learn how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm. You have tremendous power when you are calm. You lose your power when you become angry, aggravated, agitated, all that stuff. So you have to stay calm. And throughout my lives, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because on one of my TikTok lives, one of my viewers, her name's Jessie Nutt, she said, these, quote, these visuals are so helpful, unquote. So I call them helpful hand visuals. Spirit gives them to me. I don't make them up. Spirit gives them to me. And what she's talking about, what Jessie Knott is talking about, these are gestures that I do with my hands, coupled with the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I am able, this is my gift, y'all. All of us have been given gifts by God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power. We all have been given gifts, some of us more than one. And I'm one of them. I got more than one gift. And this gift, when I'm doing my lives, is I have been gifted with the ability to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, illustrations, all of that, from my mind to y'all's mind. Yes. I know some of you are probably saying, no, you ain't going to believe that. Or some are saying, I don't believe that. But when you see the helpful hand visuals that I do, you will be convinced. And like I told you, I don't make them up. Spirit gives them to me. And when I get to pillar number 3, that helpful hand visual, when I did it the first time, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And so, and it blew, I did it for Pap. It blew his mind, and it blows my mind too, y'all. And I'm sure that when I get to pillar number 3, that it will blow a lot of y'all's minds, okay? So then pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. So now, I was talking about Pap. Now, Pap is the reason why I call these pieces of advice pillars. I used to call them pieces, and then he made the comment that they are much bigger, much stronger than pieces. He called them pillars. So that's what I have been calling them. I love pillars, okay? So me and Pap have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. It blows my mind too, y'all. It really does. We've been married, we just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary. Oh, you want to hear what I've got, the advice for Rock 420? Okay. So we just celebrated 58 years of marriage on June 3rd. We've been together since we were both 13 years old. It blows my mind. When I look at Pap, I look at him and I say, I've been with this man more than half my life. Okay? So now I'm going to show y'all a picture. I love these pictures that show passage of time. I'm going to show y'all this picture. We were 25 years old on this picture. 1969. We were 25 years old. Okay. All right, we were 25. Now this one, picture that I'm getting ready to show you, we were both 80 years old. This was our 57th wedding anniversary last year. We were both 80 years old. Okay. And this is what I like to do. Show the passage of time, y'all. 25 and 80. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I have several of us showing the passage of time. And in the book, one of the books that I wrote, I'm an author. Go to goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. My sister wrote one, and I wrote 10. Now, I'm talking about the fact that me and Pap have been together for 68 years, so you know I had to write a book about that. The book is entitled, The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. It's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. Those 64 pages include 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. He also says that I am an incredible cook, but I love to cook, just like I love doing these lives. So this book, The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. And in this book, like I told y'all, me and Pap have been together since we were both 13 years old. But the earliest picture that I have of us together is on his 16th birthday. And this is that picture. This is his 16th birthday, and I was 15. This is his 50th birthday, and I tried to recreate the picture, you see, and I was 49. And then this is his 70th birthday, and I was 69. So, yeah, so the best way to keep a man is to let him go. And a lot of young ladies say, oh, yeah, I let him go. I kicked him out, or I left, or whatever. That's not what it means, okay? So I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to spend most of my time talking about the pillars. So, but young ladies ask me what I mean by let him go. And the third paragraph of the introduction, here it is right here. Third paragraph of the introduction. I'm going to read that. Oh, and it goes over to here as well. Okay, but now I'm going to read it quickly, but I do enunciate. You will be able to understand every word I said. So, let him go doesn't mean don't care. It means be secure enough within yourself that you don't freak out if he's not with you and you don't know exactly where he is. Let him go means don't try to control where he can go or what time he must leave or return. Let him go means don't try to control him, period. Let him go means don't try so hard to change him. After you have paid your dues, you may tread lightly in this area, but be careful. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. In addition to letting him go, I have observed the need for and used other philosophies and behaviors to help keep me and my man in a warm, loving, and peaceful relationship. My thinking was he may go, but he'll always come home if I make coming home worth it. But what kinds of things can I do to make it worth coming home? Well, and then I go into the book. Now, and on page 2, I make this statement. I say, take heed. Based on my 50 plus years of observation, and it's now 60 plus years of observation, I would say that 80% of the success of a relationship rests on the shoulders of the woman. This book explains why. And that's what this book, I wrote this book in 2008. Now, in 1957, y'all, I was 13. In 1957, I was 13 years old. So the females in our village, and we really did have a village, y'all, for real, 1957. The females in our village, starting with our mothers, told us, they educated us, they schooled us in what to say and what not to say in a relationship, what to do and what not to do in a relationship. And when I wrote the book, this is 1957, I was 13, and then all the way like maybe to 57, 58, 59, 13, 14, 15, 16, like that, you know. And the females would be telling us what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. And I wrote the book in 2008, y'all. Somebody do the math. I ain't even counted up how many years it was between the time I was 13 all the way up until when I wrote the book in 2008. So, and I wrote it because I was seeing so many females doing what we were told not to do and saying what we were told not to say. And so, like fronting their men off in public, down talking their men. And I used to go to the beauty shop. Now I wear an afro, you see, but I used to have a perm. And let me tell you something. When I would be in the beauty shop, I would just be blown away by the way the women would talk about the men like dogs. Oh my goodness. So I can't imagine that it's any different now. But at any rate, this book, the best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. And I was asked in one of my lives if this book was suitable for same-sex relationships, and it most certainly is. If I had to rename it or retitle it, which I won't be doing, I would retitle it, The Best Way to Keep a Relationship Healthy is to Let the Other Person Go. Yeah, Rock, we need to respect our men, yes. And one of the things that I really hate to see is a man walking behind a woman. That really rocks, that really gets next to me. So, and females, you shouldn't even walk beside him or behind him. That doesn't, it's just a symbol of who's the leader, that's all. You know, so, but, you know, like I said, I'm old school, but our relationship has lasted for 68 years, and I ain't his rug. He does not walk all over me. Honey, let me tell you something. That is not the case. Me and Pap have the utmost respect for each other. We don't even call each other husband and wife. If I called him my husband, that's an insult. If he calls me his wife, that's an insult. And the reason why is because there are just stereotypical ways that husbands act and that wives act. And he ain't doing that, and I ain't doing it either, okay? So, and then men say, the wife. Stop, especially if the person you're talking to knows your wife's name, and for you to say, my wife, or you to say, the wife. Y'all need to stop doing that stuff too. I cuss like a sailor, y'all, almost. Okay, so, okay, now I have gone completely off. I don't have a script, but I'm gonna just say that I have gone completely off script, okay? So, but I hope that y'all think it was worth it for talking about this book. Oh no, I don't say that. To me, that's a bad word. No. And Pap he'd be pissed if I call him my husband. We only use husband and wife when we're taking care of business. That's it. And we'll use spouse whenever we can. I don't call him my husband. And he don't call me his wife. Okay. So like I said, you know, there's typical ways for husbands and wives to act, and we don't act like that. Okay. So now the 4 pillars. All right, I was telling y'all about the books, and this I'm going to make it short. The books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming on to my lives, and they are learning about the books. And the books are nonfiction. There are 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. So here are the genres, 11 nonfiction books in 9 different genres: memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So those are the genres, y'all. 9 different genres. And the first genre is memoirs. And if you like memoirs, I'm just going to briefly cover. And my sister wrote one book, and hers is a memoir. And mine is Line of Serenity. These are our parents. This is a memoir. These are pictures of the times we lived in. I'm the oldest of 7, and this is a picture of the 7 of us. I was 12 on this picture, and now I'm 81. This is brother. He passed in 2013. He had lung cancer. This is Cordell. Nita, that's the other author. She was 7 on this picture, and now she's 76. This is Kenny, Reggie, and Ava. Ava was 3 on this picture, and now she's 72. And this book is 167 pages. It's $12.99, and it includes the 167 pages includes the same recipes that are in The Best Way to Keep a Man Is to Let Him Go. So I tell you all about the books so that you know. And there are a lot of people on here that love to read. And then my sister, her book is also a memoir, and that one is entitled My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. It's 59 pages. It's $7.99. Yes, Pap calls me his lady or his woman. Yep. Or sometimes he'll call me his girl. Yeah. So, My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. It's 59 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. And if you love dogs, you will absolutely love this book. You'll laugh and you will cry. I've read it many times. All of the books are very well written. We're both retired executive assistants. So we pay attention to formatting, to spelling, punctuation, all of that stuff, so. But now, the books. The link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. And they are also available on Amazon, but you got to know the title when you go to Amazon. So when you go to goodshortbooks.com, all 11 of the books are described there, as well as there's 3 free downloads. The first download is the anti-bullying pledge. And I can show it to you just briefly. It's 6 points, the anti-bullying pledge. This is a free download for kids. You can print, and when you print it out, it's 6 on each page. Now we have to you give us your email address, but we don't use it for anything other than to send you whatever the free download is you choose. So this is the anti-bullying pledge. Then there's another free download. Kids Are Really Funny. That's an ebook. And another free download of a poem entitled My Skin, Your Skin. And I don't have it handy right now. I hadn't planned on doing it this way, y'all. So forgive me. Okay. So it's 3 free downloads there, as well as the 11 books. And you can order there from the website. So that's enough for the books. Now I want y'all to be aware that they are there, and they make wonderful gifts for adults or kids, and kids, okay? So now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. Oh, you love that. He calls me his girl, too. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question. And please respond quickly when I ask questions, y'all. When I'm going to do this, I'll say, come on, y'all, give me some responses. So I'm going to be doing that throughout the lives. And please respond as quickly as you can, because when you're slow to respond, it takes up my time. I got 90 minutes to share advice on 4 pillars, very important ones, okay? These pillars will help you to make contributions to the world, okay? They really will, and they're free. These pillars are free. It doesn't cost you one dime, okay? Costs you energy, though, and it's good energy. So now I'm going to ask you this question. No, I'm not going to ask it yet. I'm going to tell you this first. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have. 2. Just 2. That's it. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it. Negative attitude or a positive attitude. Now I'm going to ask you this question. Do you ever consciously think about that fact? There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. There is not a third one. There's a negative attitude or positive attitude. Now some people say yes, that's wonderful. Okay, so Tara said no. Hopefully, thanks, Goldie said no. So think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. There is not a third one. So make yourself aware of that. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. Based on what I have observed and experienced, you don't choose to have a negative attitude. The way it goes is, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice, you must deliberately make that choice to have a positive attitude. You must on purpose decide to make that choice to have a positive attitude. You must intentionally have a positive attitude. So that's the way you go about it. If you don't have a positive attitude, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you will almost certainly have a negative attitude. That's what I have observed. It's almost like it is a default. People who have positive attitudes choose to have positive attitudes. It's not by accident. And the positive attitude didn't come and sit in their laps. No, it didn't. You have to work for a positive attitude. Now, the way you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you write a program. The way you write a program, I want y'all to share the live, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I live this advice every single day. I know that it works. I've been living it since I was about 10 years old, and now I'm 81, okay? So I know that it works. And the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power has gifted me with the talent, the gift of being able to communicate philosophies, concepts, all of that, and it'll cause you to think of it in different ways, so that's what the advice that I share, that's what it does. So 2 attitudes, negative one or positive one. And if you don't choose to have a positive one, and this is the way you choose to have a positive attitude. If you don't choose it, you're going to have a negative one, undoubtedly, or you'll lean towards the negative more than the positive. So here is the way you choose to have a positive attitude. Oh, wow. Okay, you're going to love this. Here, you say it out loud. This is what you do. You write a program. When you write a program, you say it out loud. And this is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to interrupt what I'm just saying. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, Mr. Jalapeno, We don't deal with the Bible or religion or Jesus or anything else on my lives. No politics, no religion. Okay? No politics, no religion. I have no use for either one of them. Okay? I talk to God all day long, all day long. And God ain't got no religion. So keep your religion to yourself. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it, and I'm entitled to mine. So yes, you keep your religion to yourself, and that's what you should be doing in the first place. You know, if that's your religion, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. Now, nobody else wants to hear it unless it's others like you that want, they're sharing that religion. But now that's all I'm going to say. No religion, no politics. Yeah, Christy. Amen. So now I was talking about, here's the program that you write. And you say it out loud, and I don't care who's around you. You say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? I'm going to repeat it. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And then set your feet on the path to do just that. Now, I am going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Oh, thank you. I'm rewinding, y'all. Okay. Here is what a negative attitude. I have a lot of information, a lot of advice for y'all, so I have to think about which piece I'm going to go with next, okay? So here's what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you. I said that? Yeah, you heard that correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Use your imagination. 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me, my life sucks. I can't stand this, I can't stand that. In the meantime, what I'm doing now is a helpful hand visual, and it shows you all of these positive elements that are constantly flying through the universe. Constantly, y'all. Constantly flying through the universe. But they always fly over the heads, good morning, Kyle, of people who have a negative attitude. You hear that? So all of these positive elements are flying through the universe. Portals open, doors open, everything opens. So now when you say, from now on, when you write that program and say these words, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens, y'all. Now, you see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Because when you say that program, when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, that raises your frequency, that raises your vibration. See? Now, did that helpful hand visual, did that help me to clarify and pass that from my mind to y'all's minds? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Come on. Oh, wonderful. Good. Okay. Higher vibration, yes. Oh, wonderful. Good deal. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, great. Now, I am going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. It might be you. But now, I'm also going to read you a list of words that will help you, that will guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. But first, I'm going to read the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And like I said, it might be you. But not to worry, because like I told you, a positive attitude is a choice that you make, and you can make that choice at any minute of your life. You know, you ain't got to do it right now. You ain't got to do it in the next 5 minutes. You can do it tomorrow, but you can do it right now. Make that choice. It's a choice. You can choose it whenever you want to. So now these words are like personality characteristics, personality traits, things you may do or feel or whatever. So now here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, share the live, y'all, guilt, resentment and holding grudges. Doesn't cost you anything to share the live. Inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, ego. That's the last word, is ego. Now back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment, people who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm going to come back to that one. It's a real big one. Okay, Goldie, stay tuned. How about lies and dishonesty? Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? That's negative too. Now, back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. You are living in the past. I'm just going to remove you. I'm not even going to hide you. I'm going to remove you. Now, you are living in the past. I don't answer questions. I share the 4 pillars of advice. My lives are structured. Sometimes I'll look down and see something that is related to what I'm talking about, and then I will address that maybe. That's sometimes. That's very rare, okay? So I don't answer questions. I share the advice that I have to share. Listen to the 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude, and I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. I'll tell you that there's a whole lot of power in your ability to stay calm. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, all of that stuff that's inside of you at that particular moment. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. I first got to go through 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So back to resentment and holding grudges. See, a lot of times I forget where I was, but I'll rewind and then it comes back to me. So, and I sniff rosemary all day long too. That's good for your memory. So, resentment and holding grudges. You are living in the past. You may not have ever been told that before, but you are living in the past. Because you are holding on to something, you are carrying something that happened. Past tense, it happened, y'all. There is nothing the people that did that to you, there's nothing that they can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. Welcome. So you must forgive them. That's the only healthy way to deal with it. You must forgive them. They can't do anything to change it. You can't do anything to change it. And you're carrying it around and it's damaging you. It's not damaging them. You're holding the grudges and resentment and all that, and it's not bothering them. They got other stuff that may be bothering them, okay, that they're doing. So, okay, but now you must forgive. And it doesn't matter who it is or who it was or what they did. Doesn't matter who or what, okay? You must forgive. Because when you don't forgive, it creates an internal, invisible, you can't see it, a burden on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your spirit, on your soul, on your whole being. Look around you, open your eyes. People that you know are full of resentment and that you know are holding grudges against other people. In many cases, they are on pharmaceutical medications. They have failing health, and they are not aging well. When you hold on, I call them the uglies. When you hold on to anger, resentment, lying, pride, you have a superiority attitude. You're envious of others when they get things. If you are, that creates, I call them the uglies. And the uglies do damage to the person who holds on to them. You see? They do damage to the person that holds on to them. It makes a lot of sense because you're holding on to negative stuff and it's going to do negative things inside of your body. You must forgive. You must release that. You forgive, but you don't ever forget. Some people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell to the no. You do not ever forget. Never, ever, never, 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 ever forget. You would be an idiot to forget. Keep it on the stove on the back burner. Oh, thank you. Keep it on the back burner so you don't ever forget. But you must forgive them, and it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. Now, I'm 81 years old, and when I was coming up, when I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message, email, video call. There's no such thing as that kind of stuff, you know? So I'm saying that to say this. Y'all can use any of those kinds of methods, technologies, to forgive. But, now, and forgive does not mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's a beautiful thing if all parties agree to that, okay? So that's a beautiful thing. Oh, thank you. So you must forgive. You can use any of those technologies, text message, email, whatever. But if you don't ever, ever want to have anything else to do with them, this is going to get you. You can say it out loud to the universe. Yeah, I'm going to tell you how you do it too. You can say it out loud to the universe. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened. It was there. You ever think about that? The universe was there when the mess happened to you. Give me some responses. Did y'all think about the fact that the universe was there? If you are holding on to resentment or holding grudges against others? Come on. Come on. Did you think about the fact that the universe was there? That's wonderful. If you did, that's great. Okay. Thanks, Goldie. All right. Okay. So the universe was there. Now, you can say it out loud to the universe, and here's the way you do it. Oh, I also wanted to tell y'all this. When I talk about the universe, or God or the higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now. Now, the fact that I just said that, did that cause, now when I ask this question, and I ask this question in every live that I do, it amazes me as to how many yeses I get. But now here's the question. My saying that the higher power or God or whatever you call it sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and reads your thoughts, did that cause you to want to think more about what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses. Did that bring that into your consciousness? Is that going to cause you to really concentrate? Oh, yes, okay. See, I get so many yeses when I say that. When I ask that question, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to be aware of how you're living your life. Yes. Thank you so much. So I just want y'all to be aware of how you're living your life. Now, you can say it out loud to the universe. And here's what you say. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Use your hand as well, the way I did. That symbolizes you're touching the universe. You're touching spirit. You see? So, that is the way you say it out. The universe saw what happened to you. It knows. So all you have to do is say it out loud to the universe. It'll know what you're talking about, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. These are my TikTok lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all, but I just did my last TikTok live on August 29th, and this is my maybe 26th YouTube live. I just started doing my YouTube lives on September 1st. I love doing these lives because I love sharing all the advice that I have to share with y'all. So the universe saw what happened to you, and I'm going to give y'all 4 examples. That's where I left off. 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. It was on my TikTok lives. Example number 1, the young lady said, I forgave my dad that way. And I immediately burst into tears. Oh, thank you. The second young lady said, I forgave myself that way. And you can forgive yourself. She said, I forgave myself that way, and I immediately burst into tears. Come on, y'all, share the live. Help me to spread the advice around. I know that it works. I live this advice. I know that it works. If it works for me, it can work for y'all. Then the third person was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. You see? Now, the reason why the two burst into tears and the one guy said he felt his spirit shift is because I told y'all, when you hold on to resentment or unforgiveness and you hold grudges against people, it creates pressure in your spirit, in your soul, in your being. It creates pressure on your cells, on your blood, on your organs. And that's a lot of the reason for people having bad health. They don't even realize it. Holding on to resentment and carrying grudges can destroy your health. It really and truly can. Okay? So you got to let it go. When they burst into tears, and when he felt his spirit shift, it's what the Shelster calls a pressure release valve. Because, like I told y'all, carrying all this stuff, the resentment, the unforgiveness, the grudges, all of that creates pressure. With that pressure release valve, as Shelster calls it, what happens is when you forgive, it goes psst. You see? That's what happens. That's why they burst into tears. That's why he felt a shift in his spirit. Because you are relieved of the burden. You didn't even know, in some cases, you don't probably even know you're carrying it. You must forgive. So, let me think now. Oh, yeah, I said 4 examples. That's 3. Patricia. This is a good one. Well, all of them are good, but this is a doozy. Patricia had been watching my lives, and she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years. That's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days that they didn't spend together because she was holding a grudge against her mother. She forgave her mother. This past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my TikTok Live and shared with us the experience that she had reuniting with her mother. And oh my goodness, I got so full. It just warmed my heart to know that the advice that I shared had done that for her. So beautiful. She forgave her mother after over 40 years, y'all. And you forgive because people change. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? People change. They may become a person that you can respect and admire, okay? So forgive. But if nothing more, you forgive for yourself. You don't have to ever have any contact with them again. But just let the universe know that you forgive them. And if you have to forgive yourself, just let the universe know that you forgive you. The universe knows what you did, okay? So that is how you forgive. Don't hold on to resentment, y'all. It works against the person who holds on to it. Okay. Now, I told y'all I was going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here are the words. Joy. I like that because it's the first 3 letters of my name. Joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. So that's it. That's to put your feet on the path to getting a positive attitude. Spirit will come to you when you have a positive attitude. Inner peace will come to you when you have a positive attitude. They won't come. You know, if you were, think about it. This is you. You imagine this is you, your spirit and your inner peace. Would you land on a person who has a negative attitude? I sure wouldn't. You'd be wasting your time, so they wouldn't even appreciate you. So, yeah. So now, this is a negative attitude. Oh, and I got another thing to tell you too. This is a negative attitude. It's on lock. Here comes inner peace. Here comes spirit. They can't get through. So they turn and go away. This is a positive attitude. Positive attitude, y'all. Here comes inner peace. Here comes spirit. Not only do they get through, they turn and encase your entire being. Positive attitude. A positive attitude attracts spirit, attracts inner peace. A negative attitude repels spirit, repels inner peace. You see? Now I'm going to tell y'all something else that you probably never heard before. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Just can't happen. You live your life by a ratio, R-A-T-I-O, a ratio. I'm going to tell you exactly what a ratio is, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you use it. So the gratitude, please don't jump ahead of what I'm going to say. Please don't do that. See, it throws me off when I see that kind of stuff. Negative attitude, positive attitude. I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm only looking for responses that state no. I'm going to repeat that. I'm only looking for responses that state no. Now, here is the question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? R-A-T-I-O. Do you know that? You live your life by a ratio. Come on, give me some responses. I want to know if you knew that. Come on. Thank you. I'm only looking for responses that say no. And boy, are y'all going to love this. Okay. Wonderful. Somebody said in all caps. So now, a ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I said, it will definitely help you to better control your life. Yeah, see? I'm going to repeat it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Okay, no apology necessary. Thank you. Okay. So now, you and you alone control your ratio. You and you alone can adjust your ratio. If you set it too high, you can lower it. And if you set it too low, you can raise it. Oh, none taken. So now I'm going to show you by using my ratio as an example. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. That means 80% positive, 20% negative. Like I told you, nobody can be 100% positive. Nobody can be 100% negative. So my ratio is 80-20. I don't own it. Anybody can choose it and use it. Okay? So back over to the positive. 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy. I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. Okay? So now, back over to the positive attitude mode. 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is fair, what is right, what is honest, what is just, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those things. That's 80% of the time. That's the way I live my life. 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode, but that negative attitude mode can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit anybody. Whatever portion you assign to your negative attitude mode, you cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. Number two, you cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And number three, one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I was happy to include it. So you can't say anything in an ugly tone of voice. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, okay? So those three things. When you're in the negative attitude mode, you can never include physical abuse. You can't hit anybody. You can't throw things. You can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And it cannot include an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it, okay? So now you're okay as long as you are in that negative mode. Those three things you can't do. As long as you don't do those three things, you're fine. Now, I'm going to show y'all how you change any behavior that you have. You write a program to change any behavior that you have. And the behavior that I'm going to use is not true of me, but I use it as an example to show y'all how you can take this behavior and you can put it on any behavior that you have. This is the way that you write a program. So here is the false behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Now here is the program that I write to overcome that behavior. Here's the program. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. Tomorrow comes, and in the next week, days or months, whatever, and you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, applying my ratio of 80-20, that means that 80% of the time, I will honor my program to eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, that's my wiggle room. I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12. But 80% of the time, I'm going to honor the program that I wrote and eat 10 cookies. You see? Or I can write another program where I'm going to eat 8. You can go all the way. One young lady on my live said she had an eating disorder, and this was her comment. She posted it on, and I posted it. She had it in the comment section, and I took a screenshot of it and then posted it on my page. And my page on TikTok I still post, and I have almost 54,000 followers, so it blows my mind. And she posted this comment, and it's on my page. I posted it there. Something about this eating disorder. She said, I went from 6 meals a day to 5 to 4 and now 3 because of her advice, talking about the advice that I share. So that's how you can use it to control or change any behavior that you have. You can't change other people's behaviors. Now, Spirit came to me in the month of June and talked about outer peace. I had never heard of outer peace. Spirit came to me and said that, outer peace. There's such a thing as outer peace. And I don't know if any of you have heard of outer peace before, but Spirit explained it. Inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed, can be destroyed. Now, for outer peace, I always give these same 2 examples. Let's say you are trying to study or sleep, and somebody's making noises in the same room or downstairs or across the street, whatever, that's disturbing your outer peace. You see? There's a law on the books in probably every state in this country for disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people for disturbing your peace. So, but inner peace can never be disturbed or can never be destroyed, and can never be destroyed. So now, if anybody in your family is disturbing your peace, and it's typically going to be your outer peace, the way you handle them is diplomatically, kindly, don't cuss them out. So if they are disturbing your peace, and it's typically some people in your family, and nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. That includes your mama, and I'm going to give you some advice on how you deal with that as well. So when they are disturbing your peace, it's usually your family members. So you tell them, I love y'all dearly. I truly do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. They are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that, but you're obligated to tell them. You got obligated to tell anybody that's doing things to disturb your peace, but you don't do it in an ugly way. And so you give them enough time to change their behavior if they're going to. If you see that they're not going to change their behavior, then it gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say words to this effect, like, y'all, I love y'all dearly. I told y'all, when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still doing it. Y'all are still saying it. That leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. So I give y'all 3 alternatives or 3 options. Option 1, I got to feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 2, I got to love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You are perfectly within your rights to do that, to protect your peace. If you don't protect your peace, who will? So protect your peace. Now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace. Now, remember, y'all, all of these actions on your part take place after you write the program. After you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's after you write this program, okay? So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are coming in, getting your peace disturbed. Share the live, y'all. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. But when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas would say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. So I say, Mama, that's Mama, leave her alone. So now, when you said those words, when you wrote that program, when you said that, it raised your frequency. It raised your vibration. Your mama is still down here doing it. But because you're on a higher frequency, you're on a higher vibration, you're not down here on this frequency, on this vibration anymore. You're up here because you wrote the program that said, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And now you are able to look at her behavior objectively, and it does not bother you because you're on another vibration. You're on another frequency, you see? Come on, give me some responses. Is that going to help y'all? YouTube says I have 58 people on here. Come on, give me some responses. Does that help you? Come on, y'all. Ah, good. Amen. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. Thank you. That's great. Okay. Yes, so now I'm thinking about, I told you about the ratio. I gave you the example of how you can write programs, and you cannot change any other people's behavior. You cannot change another person's behavior. You can only change your own. And I think that that's a big part of the problem with relationships nowadays. People are trying to change other people's behavior. Now, when you are working on trying to change somebody else's behavior, they are probably looking at you and saying, what the hell are you talking about? You need to be working on your own self. You see? So, and that is what I say for all of us. Work on your own self. Work on your own improvement. You know, stop being concerned about other people's business. Stop butting in on other people's business. Take care of your own business. Do a better job of taking care of your own business before you butt into other people's business. So, now, pillar number one, I already told you how you develop and maintain a positive attitude. You write a program and you say it out loud. And this is what you say. And it means from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means from this point forward. And you can say it to your family and your friends and all that. Don't throw it up in my face about what my attitude was like yesterday or last week. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So there. Okay. Now, so pillar number two, increase your level of patience. Yeah, that's good. That's what that's the same thing. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. Exactly. But I also want to tell you how to do it if you're raising toddlers. When a toddler asks for a cookie, that's 2 or 3 year olds, okay? And when they ask for a cookie, just tell them, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on a timer, give them that cookie in 5 minutes, and then do that several times. Always use the timer. Then stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times. Stretch it to 15 minutes. Stretch it all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And it's a blessing to have a patient toddler. Now, Spirit came to me and told me you can tell your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And some of you may be interested in doing that. So I'm going to share with you a simple, fun exercise. And you need a piece of paper and something to write with. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy a sip of my tea as I count to 10 in my mind. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do that with puppies. Training is training, conditioning is conditioning. Same thing. So, here, I was telling you what, I had to remember where I was. I told you to get a pencil, I'd get a piece of paper and something to write with. On that piece of paper, write down the current time, wherever you are, time zone or whatever. Put the paper away, come back to it sometime later, doesn't matter how much time, and then try to guess what time it is at that point. You see? And do that many times a day. Now, I don't need paper and pencil or nothing, so I do it all day long. It'll tune you into the passage of time. When you do this exercise constantly, not constantly, but, do it several times every day. Several times every day. And then you will be teaching yourself patience. You will be teaching yourself, no, not patience. You'll be teaching yourself how to feel time. I'm in the patience pillar, okay? But you will be teaching yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. That's what you will be doing. You will be tuning in to the passage of time as it ticks, 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 ticks. That's what it does for you. And then another thing is try to guess, if you wake up before the alarm goes off, try to guess what time it is before you look at your watch or the clock, okay? So that's a fun exercise. Come on, give me some responses. Can y'all use that? Come on. Give me some responses. Be quick with y'all's responses. In the meantime, I'm going to go to, if you're 10 years old or older, you can teach yourself how to increase your own level of patience. And the way you do it is you make yourself wait. I got to get it all in together. You make yourself wait. You write a program and you say, I am teaching myself how to increase my level of patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am increasing my own level of patience. And you make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially then. Because, and then if it's something that you would normally give yourself immediate gratification, make yourself wait. Yeah. And if you make yourself wait past the time, past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's fabulous, because it tells you that you are in control of it instead of it being in control of you. You see, make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. That is the way you increase your own level of patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, frustrated, any of that kind of stuff. You lose your power. Spirit came to me and told me to do this helpful hand visual. Okay, you did that 2 weeks ago with nicotine addiction. Thank you, Brianna. So, did it work out for you? Were you successful? Nicotine addiction? Okay. So, now, stay calm. Spirit came to me, I remember where I was, and told me this helpful hand visual. This is what your neurons look like. Your neurons are in your brain, part of your brain. So, this is what they look like when you are calm. They are gliding past each other, they're communicating with each other, and just helping you out. Okay. Now, Spirit also gave me this helpful hand visual. This is what your neurons look like when you're angry. Look. You see? Don't become angry. Now, Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons and also gave me those helpful hand visuals at like 4 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 5:15 a.m. Spirit came back to me that night. I could not believe it, but Spirit came back to me that night and told me to look up what neurons do. Here's my hand, honest to goodness. Spirit told me to look up what neurons do because I'd used the word neurons in my life. So here's what neurons do, y'all. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. Share the live, y'all. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. Yes. So, that's how come you cannot think straight. That's how come you can't make good choices or good decisions when you are angry. Yes. Oh, good. You're very welcome. Yeah, Goldie. So don't ever throw in the towel. Not as long as you're living. Show God that you can deal with this mess. That's what I do. And I live by the golden rule, y'all. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I honestly don't do anything to anybody else that I wouldn't want done to me. I don't say anything to anybody else that I wouldn't want said to me. It's just that simple, y'all. If we all would just do a better job of living by the golden rule, the world would be a better place. Now, as a live creator, I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And as an author, I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And these 4 pillars that I'm sharing with y'all, I'm on pillar number 3 now, stay calm. will help to make the world a better place. They don't cost you anything to implement them in your life. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. That doesn't cost you anything. Increase your level of patience. That doesn't cost you anything. Stay calm. You must stay calm. You must stay powerful. Don't lose your power by becoming angry. Okay, now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, all of that stuff. I call them uglies. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Thanks, Kyle. Thank you for being moderator. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. 4 words. Kyle is a new moderator now, so y'all, he's doing a fabulous job. And I know you agree, Shelster. Shelster is my longest, she's been moderator for the longest time of all the moderators. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, the Shelster is the stuff. Okay. So now, this too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent, y'all. No situation, no scenario, none of that stuff is permanent, you know? So we even use the word pass when it comes to death. We'll say he passed last year. She passed last week. You know, so we use the word pass. Nothing is permanent. This too shall pass. So the next time your mama is chewing you out, or your next time your daddy is chewing you out, then use these words. Okay, I'm going to tell you this too. They can't read your mind. They cannot read your mind. So next time you're getting chewed out, just say, this too shall pass. She ain't going to be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. He ain't going to be fussing at me forever. You see? Those 4 words will carry you through probably 90% of the stuff that you get into. Just remember them. This too shall pass. Oh, thank you. So, now those 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You do that by writing a program. And you write a program by saying it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You say it out loud. There are those people who say you say it only in your mind. No, that's using one element. If you say it out loud, or when you say it out loud, that's 3 elements. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche, okay? So say it out loud. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you if you're 10 years old, exactly how you do that. You write a program. You say that I am teaching myself patience. I am increasing my level of patience. So you say it out loud. Then pillar number, and I forgot about patience. So in patience, when you are raising kids, I highly recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. Reverend Cecil, the late Reverend Cecil Murray, he was a senior pastor at Fame Church, one of the biggest churches out here in Los Angeles. Me and Pap live right outside of Pasadena. So I'm just going to read you the first paragraph of his foreword. He wrote the foreword for this book. He says, Mother's Dozen is a handbook of excellence in raising children. It systematizes the rules passed from generation to generation regarding preparing children for the world to come. Yes. So, Mother's Dozen, if you're raising kids, and it makes a great gift to new parents or expecting parents. So that's a great one. Now, if y'all have enjoyed the live that I just did, if you got something out of it, you can do a video or a post and tag me telling people what you got out of the live, what you got out of my advice. So help me to spread the word. If you've gotten something of value out of what I shared, then help me spread the word. Try to make sure that other people get exposed to the value that I do share. So I live this advice, y'all. And like I told you, I tell Papa all the time, I live a virtually stress-free life. And that's the way that I do it. I have a positive attitude. I'm a very patient person. I stay calm all the time. I don't get angry. I do not. Anger serves no useful purpose. So don't y'all get angry either. And I remember this too shall pass. I say that often whenever I'm in a tizzy about something. This too shall pass. And it immediately calms me. You know, I try not to ever go there, but occasionally I do. But I remember this too shall pass. I do use my own advice. Okay? So now, like I said, if y'all got something from it, just do it. And if y'all have read any of the books at goodshortbooks.com, you can do a book review, a video or a post, okay? So help me spread the word, y'all. Now I'm closing down my live, and I always close it down with, okay, this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, y'all. It's 167 quotes that I coined. Oh, good. Thank you, Tara. 167 quotes that I coined. And I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. I coined my first quote when I was 15, and this is what I said. Never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. Okay? So I didn't remember saying it. I don't remember saying it. And I didn't know I was coining a quote. They probably are. They're at most places where books are sold. If they're on Amazon, and I would think that if they're on Amazon, they're most places, you know. So I just deal with Amazon. I got Prime. Free shipping. Them shipping costs can get up there, okay? So now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined in 2011 or 2013. And this was for a quote contest. It was for a calendar. And so I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. And it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries, y'all. Over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anyone else's. But do chase your dream. I'm going to repeat it for Robin. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. For Robin and everybody else, because I love that quote too. Okay, so now the way this book is formatted, it's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined, 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Okay? So now, this book is 90 pages. That's what's on page 90. Okay? See ya. Thanks for joining. Now I'm going to open up the floor, and y'all can toss out page numbers 6 to 89, and it's better to die chasing a dream never caught. That is on page 11. So unless you want to hear that again, then you can ask for some other page numbers. So, but that's okay if you want page 11. So page 6 to 89. Give me some page numbers, y'all. In the meantime, thank y'all for joining my live. And I want to, what's that 7-8? I don't understand that. Okay, page 16 for Barbara. At the top of page 16, what is a miracle? Proof that God exists. At the bottom of page 16, if you're not the perfect man, stop looking for the perfect woman. If you're not the perfect woman, stop looking for the perfect man. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 7 for Tara. At the top of page 7, good human relations is the stuff from which peace is made. At the bottom of page 7, as long as you don't violate anyone else's rights or property and treat others fairly, you're doing okay. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, page 24 for Robin. At the top of page 24, you reap what you sow. Pay attention to what seeds you plant. At the bottom of page 24, enjoy the sound of quiet. Okay, page 8 for Tara. Oh, you were talking about page 7 and 8. Okay. Page 8 at the top. Teachers should have the highest pay because they teach us all. At the bottom of page 8, count your blessings. Millions of people would love to trade their problems for yours. Okay. No, it's not page 6. That's okay. Page 6. At the top of page 6, please God and everything else will fall into place. That's why I say live your life by the golden rule. That pleases God. You treat other people the way you want to be treated. Okay, that pleases God. At the bottom of page 6, hating harms the ones who hate more than it harms the hated. You know, that's the truth. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay. All right, any more page numbers? You got any more page numbers for me? In the meantime, I want y'all to implement those 4 pillars in your life. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. You have so much power when you are calm as opposed to angry. Drop the anger, y'all. It serves no useful purpose. How do you feel when you're angry? You probably feel horrible. You should act horrible anyway. What book is called that? This is My Simple Quotes to Live By. Go to the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. So now, Pillar number 3, stay calm. You got so much power when you're calm. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, or whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. They will save you. All right, this is the last one. This is for Tara. Page 46. At the top of page 46, no human being can ever reach perfection. At the bottom of page 46, don't allow bad habits to overpower you. Can y'all live by those quotes? Yep, I just read page 46. Don't allow bad habits to overpower you. Can you live by those quotes? In the meantime, I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and I hope y'all will make a great weekend. You don't have them, you make them. I hope y'all will make it a good weekend. I'm going to sure enjoy my 2 days off, and then I'll be back on Monday. In the meantime, implement the 4 pillars in your life, and then hopefully you'll have something to say, okay? I'm going through the thing. Oh, wonderful. I don't know what the fangs, I don't know what that is, like snake bites or something like that. Okay. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. Make it a great weekend. I don't say have a nice anything or have a great, don't, you make them. You make them great. You make them nice. You make them whatever. So, yep. Thank you for joining my live. Spread the word for me, y'all. Tell people. 4 a.m. Monday, 4 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. I'll see you Monday. Later.